Happy 50th birthday to legendary NBA player Jason Kidd. X-Men 1991 back again with another sports topic. You got to excuse my hair. I will get it cut in the next few days. I hate how my hair looks so damn nappy. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to take a sip of this water to maintain my composure. We're going to do a recap of 4 NBA games, and the hip-hop album is now 30 years old. So the first game we're going to do a recap on is a rematch between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls lost by 13 in the first quarter, 36-23. Then they lost by 15 in the second quarter, 40-25. At halftime, 76ers 76, Bulls 48. Bulls made a comeback by 8 in the third quarter, 28-20. 76ers lead 96-76 after the third quarter. Bulls lost by 5 in the fourth quarter, 20-15. Final score, Philadelphia 76ers 116, Chicago Bulls 91. The 76ers are now 49-23 as the Bulls fall 34-38. DeAnthony Melton was the player of the game with 25 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Andre Drummond needed 9 more assists to go with a triple-double, 13 points, 12 rebounds, and 1 assist. The Bulls will go against the Trailblazers in Portland tomorrow before they head to LA to face the Clippers and the Lakers. Next, the New York Knicks versus the Miami Heat. The Heat lost by a point in the first quarter, 32-31. But they made a comeback by 4 in the second quarter, 33-29. At halftime, Heat 64, Knicks 61. The Heat made a comeback in the second half, They dominated the second half, outscoring the Knicks by Tress in the third quarter, 28-25. The Heat leads 94-86 after the third quarter. Heat won by a point in the fourth quarter, 35-34. Final score, Miami Heat 127, New York Knicks 120. The Heat wins their 40th game this season, 40-34, as the Knicks fall 42-32. Jimmy Butler was the player of the game with 35 points, 4 rebounds, and 9 assists. Saturday, the Heat will face the Nets. Looks like they won't be facing the Bulls, the Lakers, or the Rockets for the rest of the season. Next game. The Phoenix Suns versus the LA Lakers. The Lakers lost by a Tress in the first quarter, 26-23. But they made a comeback by 10 in the second quarter, 36-26. Lakers lead 69-52 at halftime. Lakers lost by 4 in the third quarter, 33-29. Lakers still leads 98-85 after the third quarter. Lakers made a comeback by 8 in the fourth quarter, 34-26. Final score, Los Angeles Lakers 122, Phoenix Suns 111. Lakers are now 36-37 as the Suns fall 38-34. Of course, Anthony Davis was the player of the game with 27 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. Austin Reeves needed 6 more rebounds to go with a triple-double. 25 points, 4 rebounds, and 11 assists. Tomorrow, the Lakers will face the Thunder before they face the Bulls. Next, I don't want to do a recap of this game, but at some point I have to. And that is my Houston Rockets versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Rockets got crushed in the first half, losing by 3 in the first quarter, 37-34. Then they lost by 8 in the second quarter, 38-30. Halftime, Grizzlies 75, Rockets 64. Rockets made a comeback by 4 in the third quarter, 32-26. Grizzlies leads 101-96 after the third quarter. Both teams scored 29 points in the fourth quarter. Final score: Memphis Grizzlies 130, Houston Rockets 125. The Grizzlies wins their 45th game this season, 45-27, as the Rockets lose their 55th game this season, 18-55. Jaren Jackson Jr. was the player of the game with 37 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. He needed 8 more assists to go with a triple-double. Kevin Porter Jr. got a triple-double. 14 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. These two will get it on again tomorrow, which I will not be watching since the Rockets lost. I won't watch them again until they face the Lakers. Now, I normally don't do recaps on Warriors games, but I thought I'd do it just for the hell of it. And after all, they are the defending NBA champs. If you want to check out recaps of the Warriors games, subscribe to Mike Henry's YouTube channel, and the link to it, as always, will be in the description down below, as well as the link to Jaime and Katie Filer's YouTube channel, and Haley Jade and Brittany's Just a Little Shady podcast. Warriors lost by Tress in the first quarter, 33-30. But they won by 5 in the second quarter, 35-30. Warriors leads 65-63 at halftime. Warriors won by a point in the third quarter, 31-30. Warriors leads 96-93 after the third quarter. But they lost by a point in the fourth quarter, 32-31. But they were still able to hold on to the lead as they beat the Dallas Mavericks by a deuce, 127-125. The Warriors are now 38-36 as the Mavs fall 36-37. Jonathan Kuminga was the player of the game with 22 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Steph Curry needed 5 more rebounds to go with a triple-double, 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 13 assists. Kevon Looney needed 8 more assists to go with a triple-double, 12 points, 12 rebounds, and 2 assists. Luka Doncic needed 3 more rebounds to go with a triple-double, 30 points, 7 rebounds, and 17 assists. The Warriors will face the 76ers tomorrow. Congratulations to 3 out of the 5 teams that got the job done. Congratulations to the Heat for beating the Knicks. Congratulations to the Lakers for beating the Suns without the presence of LeBron James, who's still recovering from a foot injury. And congrats to the Warriors for beating the Mavs. The Bulls, they beat the 76ers on Monday, and now last night the 76ers got back at them. Just like the Heat a few weeks ago. But I give the 76ers credit because they came to play. Last game of the 76ers and the Bulls, James Harden only scored 5 points. Damn, James Harden, what were you doing? Only scoring 5 points. Let me see. James Harden scored 5 points, 7 rebounds, and 12 assists on March 20th. And now let me see last night. Yeah, I don't think he played last night. I guess the coach wanted him to rest. But damn, James Harden, you only scored 5 points on Monday. Keep your heads up, Bulls. Get your shit together and get yourselves ready as you face the Trailblazers tomorrow. And as usual, I don't got shit to say about the Rockets because they keep on losing. I give the Grizzlies credit because they came to play. Steven Silas, you need to get the fuck out of here, bro. Your ass cannot find a way to win games. That's why the Rockets has been struggling ever since James Harden left. And the Astros beat the Nationals in today's spring training 5-4. 7 more days to the Astros homecoming game when they face the White Sox for the whole WrestleMania weekend. It's sad that Jose Altuve will have to miss out 8 to 10 weeks due to a thumb injury. And now, today has been 30 years since Hollywood Walk of Famer Ice-T released his 5th album, Home Invasion, on Rhyme Syndicate / Priority Records. It was originally set to be released in 1992 as part of his deal with Sire / Warner Brothers Records, and supposed to be his first official release through his own record label, Rhyme Syndicate Records. But it was pushed back to 1993. Home Invasion debuted at number 14 on the Billboard 200 and number 9 on the top R&B / hip-hop albums chart and was certified gold, with the hit single I Ain't New at This. The guest appearances are from these people that I had never heard of: Gripsta, Brother Marquise, Daddy Nitro, and DJ Evil E. And you know, Ice-T made the song 99 Problems before Jay-Z. So Jay-Z's version of 99 Problems, he stole that shit from Ice-T. No wonder Jay-Z is so overrated as hell. Biting songs from other artists. Anyway, this has to be one of my favorite hip-hop albums of the year 1993, looking back on it 20 years later. Matter of fact, these West Coast legends, Ice Cube, Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and Tupac all dominated 1993. Ice-T was a beast. Tupac was a beast. Dr. Dre, in his heyday, was a beast. Snoop, he wasn't a beast, but he was solid in 1993. I definitely want to thank you, Ice-T, for, 30 years of this classic project. 30 years. It's definitely one of his best albums of the 90s, even though his best album of the 90s is OG Original Gangsta. So that's going to wrap up my recap of the Warriors versus the Mavs, the Rockets versus the Grizzlies, a rematch of the 76ers and the Bulls, the Knicks and the Heat, and the Suns and the Lakers, and celebrating 30 years of Ice-T's Home Invasion album. If you're new here, hit subscribe and hit that notification bell for my next anniversary rant and my next Rockets, Lakers, Bulls, and Heat rant. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and leave your comment down below. I'll be back in a minute to reminisce 25 years if I can find it. It's a segment between Stone Cold Steve Austin Iron Mike Tyson and D Generation X from the March 23rd, 1998 edition of Raw is War. I'm going to find that segment, and if I do, I'll come on here and reminisce it. Go Chicago Bulls. Go Miami Heat. Go Los Angeles Lakers. And go Houston Rockets. Say it with me, fam. Play stupid games. Win stupid prizes. No more talk.